Hi everyone. So in this video we're going to talk about how to cite the different sources that we use for work in this class. There are two systems. There's the APA system, American Psychological Association, which is what is used in most of your programs, the social sciences. And there's also the Council of Science Editors system, CSE, and you can see right away the difference. Here they use numbers, and here they use the author's last name and the year of the publication, and when there's no author they'll use the first words of the title and the year. In both systems, at the end of your document you have the reference list, and the same thing down here. And the difference being that in the CSE system, your sources are listed in the order in which they're first used in your document. So the first source that gets used gets a number 1 and it comes first, and then number 2, number 3, number 4, so that you see the numbers over here 1, 2, 3, 4, and if a source gets repeated you would go with 5 and 5. You use the same number both times. Whereas in the APA system, it's the list over here is in alphabetical order by the first word. So B comes before D, comes before H, comes before J, R, and S. So you just list them all alphabetically. And when you use the same source more than one time, well, you have to write the same source's name each time. So let's take a look now at a couple examples from articles online. Okay, so here we have an article about memory. You know, memory is a topic that I think is very important. In the article, then they've got an example over here. Sources 1 to 6 cover the information in this paragraph. And if I go to the last page, I find this list of references where they mention every single source that gets used. And they're numbered in the order in which they were used for the first time. Here's another example. This is a comparison of methods used to estimate coral cover in the Hawaiian Islands. And in this case, they're using a different system where instead of using numbers, they put the author's name and the year of the publication in parentheses. That's another system. And when I go on top, hover it, it shows a little box with the full source over here. At the end of the article, they also have a list of references. So here is that list with all of the sources used. When there are no numbers, they put the author's names in alphabetical order, okay, to make it easy for the reader to find it. So how do we make those sources ourselves in an easy way? I'm on the RRCC page, and if I go into the writing section, I have documenting sources, so you click on that. And when you do, you'll get a nice explanation of some of what I just said. Read through this, take the time to read it. You'll learn that there are different systems that are used, the basic information that's the same in all systems, different annoying things from one system to the other, whether they use commas, periods, parentheses, capital letters, and so on. And that's what makes it very tedious to do our sources. And you'll learn also that there are systems, pages online that can help us do our sources correctly and more easily. So Cite This for me is my preferred source to use online to help me make my sources. CiteFast also works, but it doesn't give as many choices in the style of the source. So we're going to check out Cite This for me now. So here we are on citethis4me.com, and you'll notice right away that this site is heavy on ads, so that could affect your download sometimes, but it keeps things free. The first thing to do is to choose a citation style. So you're either using the APA, where you would click right here, or if you're using CSE, I go into More and I type CSE, and it's going to offer me 4 possibilities. So let's go with the second one, which is citation sequence. That would be the right one for our course. But for now, for this example, let's take APA. So I'll click here. Then you have to choose your source type. So is it a website, a journal, a book, or in our case right now, we're going to use a video. So I would click over here and choose my source type. There's all kinds of things, but up here, online image or video. Yes, we're going to do the video from our first class. So I click on this, and now it starts getting into the information. It wants an author first. So let's go to our video. And the question that might pop into our minds as well, is Kyle Kittleson the host, the author? And the answer would be no. Is the doctor who's spoken to the author? The answer again is no. I usually go down here, med circle, and if I see that it makes sense that this would be the author, I can just take that name. A lot of times though, at the start of a video, you're going to see right away that the author's name. So let's see if I can get back to the beginning here and just press play. Yeah, there it is right there. And so that tells me this is who the author is of the video. You could also go to the end of your video. Sometimes you don't see it in the beginning, but you see it instead at the end. And so you have to sort of search a little bit and see what you come up with. There it is again. Okay, so I go back to my Cite This For Me page, and now that author is med circle. Is that a person? No, so it's not a first name or a last name. You instead put it down here for corporation author. And I keep the same capitalization as the source uses for names. So med circle. The next piece of information that we have to give is the year of the video. So if I go back to my video, I can see down here it was published in 2018. And since I don't see a different date anywhere in the video itself, I would keep that 2018. So let's do that. Drop down menu, or drop up in this case, 2018. And the format, is it an image or a video? It's a video. Next, the title. For the title, best thing to do to not get mistakes is to just copy like this. Control copy and paste that into our little space over there. And I know that in the APA system, they actually don't keep a capital letter on each word, just the first word of the title. So we keep it for narcissist. And the first word after the colon also keeps its capital letter, but the other ones do not. This is what we call sentence style title capitalization. Okay, so that's good. And the last thing is the address of the site, of the item rather. So copy that and paste it over here. And the access date, we don't worry about that. Many styles don't actually use it, but there it is. It's done automatically for you. And you click on Add Reference. And it's going to create for us a nice reference. And there it is. But I just noticed something. It switched on us to Harvard style. That can happen sometimes. If that happens, just click over here, go back to the APA, choose the 7th edition, the more recent one, and it corrects it for us. Next, I want to copy this. So I take that and I want to put it in a Word document to see what we get. There you go. So that's really small. I'll make it a little bit bigger for us. It's putting in the full video link. We don't need that, so I'll fix that in a moment, but for now we'll just create a bigger font, something that's easier to see. The video, if it does that to you, just erase that part. So there you go. And little note, you can ignore this invitation to join, close that window, and once you're back with your document, you'll have the option of changing the style. Suppose I did it in APA and then I realized, oh, I actually want CSE. So I would just go up here and go back again to typing in CSE and choosing the style I do want, the citation sequence, and it will change it for me automatically. Okay, so there it is already. I can copy that again and get that same message, but go to my document in Word, Control V and paste it in, and there it is again, super tiny. Put that back the same size as the other one and we'll be able to compare them a little bit. So there you go. You have it APA style and you have it in CSE citation sequence style. use one or the other, not both. Another thing to know is that in Word you do also have this tab over here which can create references for you, and it offers some of the styles but not all of them. And that brings us to the end of our video on how to cite our sources. I hope you guys get used to this, and if you do, it's going to help you at university level or in the workplace when maybe you're browsing some specialized article in your domain and you see some sources that are provided.